So this is absolutely not the kind of thing that you want to see out of your goaltenders, especially goaltenders who are as young, impressionable, and raw as Jakub Dobes, Montreal Canadiens rookie goalie, technically rookie goalie, I mean he hasn't played 25 games yet, and a guy who is still at the beginning of his NHL career. He's only 24, and he's already had his fair share of top-tier moments in the NHL. From a shutout or two last season to the winning streak to start out this year, Jakub Dobes started out 25-26 as the de facto number one option, as Sammy Montembeault struggled hard out of the gate. Who knows if there was just some pressure on him to make Team Canada or whatever, but Montembeault wasn't good. Dobes was, and heading into the middle part of the season, a lot of Canadiens fans thought that Dobes would be the main guy. Which is why things took a sudden turn when Dobes started to struggle. And this was seen as a pretty big emergency blast for Canadiens fans because not only was Jakub Dobes struggling, but Montembeault was still struggling too. Things were really going rough for Monty in the first half of this season, which is why you saw Jacob Fowler from the AHL get called up and be put in a position to succeed on a Montreal Canadiens team that needed the goaltending support. Well, it's been a few weeks since then. Fowler made his debut, Montembeault has improved, but Jakub Dobes is the odd man out at this point. Take a look at the game log. You will see some 700 games back at the start of December, and then a 964 against Edmonton, 933 against Chicago, 903 against Pittsburgh. This was in the middle of December, heading into the holiday break, and since the start of the new year, Jakub Dobes has only played in 2 games. Now, sure, he won against Carolina and Vancouver, despite putting up 870 and 800 save percentages in the process. But we had some commentary from Dobes the other day as to how he feels about the 3-goalie tandem, now that it's essentially been established as the status quo of this team. He had some really demoralizing comments, and you can see in the video he's kind of like smiling a little bit, there's a little chuckle there, but the quote is not happy. It was tweeted and transcribed by Sarah. Take a look at what Dobes said. I do not know. Like, I won. I don't even know, 2 weeks ago, and I didn't play, so I won again. I really don't know. I don't have any answers because I don't know anything that is happening. The reporter then asked, "You don't talk to management at all?" Dobes said, "Nope. I talked to Marty for the first time ever in a while, and I cannot say what was said, but I do not understand. I just don't know. I wish I could tell you, but I don't understand any of this, and I just try to be there for my teammates, play for the amazing fans, and that's all I really have. Those 2 things. And I just try to win. That's been what I've been doing for my whole life, pretty much since juniors. I kind of learned how to win, and I just try to keep doing that, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. All I know is that I left everything on the table, that I could, and that was my mentality through the 3rd period. It was like, if this is, I don't know what's going to happen, I'll give it my all, and we won. And that's it. And this is the kind of thing that maybe gets on a lot of fans' nerves. The idea that Jakub Dobes is all of a sudden feeling so uncomfortable and confused with how everything's been going the past few weeks that he's saying in the media, like, yeah, like I played last on January 1st, and I won. I didn't play for 2 weeks after that. In this 3-goalie rotation that the Habs now have, Dobes is not the top guy. It was always going to be difficult for Montreal goalies to get equal playing time, and that's not something that I think fans are surprised about. We saw the Montembeault-Allen Primo rotation for a while, add in when Carey Price was in there a little bit too, and you have a situation where you can understand one guy maybe gets tossed out to the side a little bit and doesn't get as much playing time as he probably should. For Dobes' sake, he is not the shiny new toy in Montreal's mind. That's Jacob Fowler. And Fowler, to his credit, has been pretty alright at the NHL level. Maybe he was a little rushed, the fact that he was playing so early in his career, but the guy is at a .908 save percentage. He's looking really strong. Montembeault, he has improved, so you have to give him that veteran benefit of the doubt, right? That leaves Jakub Dobes as a 24-year-old who is in his first full NHL season, just kind of be tossed off to the side and not really seen like he's getting a lot of value. And then you hear that he doesn't really talk to Marty St. Louis too much, and there isn't really much communication with him as to what's going on with the goaltending scenario itself. That's totally demoralizing. Like, the interviewers aren't doing him any favors, obviously setting him up with these questions that get him talking about the rotation on goaltenders and how there isn't much of an opportunity for him right now. But Jakub Dobes, as we'd already seen earlier in the season, he's a pretty emotional guy. 24 years old, he's young, yes, he'll get over it as he gets older and more experienced, but this is a player that has his heart on his sleeve. We saw that when he lost his first game of the season and was crying in the media about it, how he was so upset with himself that he wasn't able to get the dub. There were already some red flags, I would say, from Canadiens fans as to that response to the situation. Hey, if this is going to be the way he reacts every time he loses, then maybe we might need to dial it back just a little bit. Like, we don't want to see a player who is talented get ruined because of his own mental fatigue in the same way that Jack Campbell did, for example, years ago with the Oilers. But Jakub Dobes now, he's won 2 games in a row. Sure, his save percentages weren't the best in those 2 games, but he has gotten the dubs, and he's confused as to why he's not getting any more playing time. With this in mind, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, whether or not you think this is concerning in the same way that I seem to think this is concerning. It's not right for a player to be in the dark about what's going on with him and his situation and how he feels about the problems at hand that nobody seems to have the answers to. He's not even talking to the coach about it. This, of course, is a difficult spot for Jakub Dobes. I feel like he will have a very nice, long NHL career, but right now, in a pretty vulnerable spot in his development, doesn't look like that's the case. With all this in mind, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. How do you feel about the Jakub Dobes concerns that we may be having here? There are some replies on the tweet that express frustration with the Canadiens and the way they've handled all this. Do you think it's a big deal? Do you think it's not? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.